What's going on, traders? It's Ricky with TechBot Solutions. Thank you guys again for joining us for another live stream. If you guys don't know who it is that I am, my name is Ricky. I have a group, it's TechBot Solutions. We have over 42,000, I'm pretty sure 43,000 members now worldwide. And the thing that we do best is we provide a free and simple platform for both new and experienced traders. It's grown to many more markets as now we're talking about cryptocurrency, Amazon sales, reselling different products, and then real estate. But I would, encourage you to take a look at my YouTube channel and give me some feedback on what it is that you think that, how we can improve and stuff like that. So today's video is going to consist of, talking about 3 steps to trade quality stocks. If you guys are part of TechBot Solutions already, within the Discord group chat, you guys could already tell that there's so many people talking about some trending stocks. And that's what we're going to be talking about. How is it that you focus on quality stocks instead of all this mumbo jumbo that everyone's going to be talking about? And it might be very difficult, especially as a new trader, to kind of push everything aside and to stay focused. And that's what I want to make sure that you guys understand. It's about keeping it simple and investing in the good quality stocks that will lead to your success, right? I do want to let you guys know that if you guys haven't pre-ordered your TechBot Solutions apparel, again, that is the 3rd link in the description. If you guys want to, I don't know why I did that, but we do have a limited quantity available, so feel free to check that out. So I'm going to start sharing my screen, and then you guys can see exactly what it is that I'm going to be breaking down. So let's go ahead and get started. And this is TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim platform. I'm just going to say what's up to all the people that are tuning in live. Oh. What's going on? What's going on? So we have a couple of things talking about Mara. We have a couple of people talking about RN, AMD, VSTM. Okay, well, VSTM is actually one that I did have in my watch list already. And I did see that it was in the top of my watch list. It's not one that's normally there, so obviously it's because of the news that if you guys saw the feedback that they had, let's see. Yeah. So if you guys go under news, you guys can look more into it just so you guys have a better understanding on what's going on or why, Mara went from, $3.67 to highs of about $6. As you guys can tell, that's an overall resistance. It looks like it's peaking out there, and that's really where the VWAP is, kind of peaking out. So we have a resistance at $6. It had a pullback all the way down to $5. Do you guys see that? So therefore, we have a $1 profit margin. What does that mean? Well, when it comes down to percentage growth, that should be 20% exactly. It should be, but right now it's at the peak. So therefore, it looks like it's almost about to break below EMA. So simply what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my alerts. I definitely do think that this could be a good quality one. I don't think it's the best at the specific price point that it's at right now. I think if we can get a little bit closer to the $5 price point and it validates the support and then it starts trending back up, then it can give me a better understanding that, okay, it definitely does have potential to continue moving up. But all of a sudden, if the momentum's right and it really has a quick little pump, I want to make sure that I'm alerted as well. So that is how I'm going to set my alert at $6. Some of you wanted me to check out AMD, and again, my watch list is going from volume from top to bottom. So that's why volume is something that I really try to focus on, making sure that the stock is healthy and that I can get in and out quickly. But yesterday we called out the bounce at 1260. It bounced at 1265 and is now hitting a resistance at about $13. Again, AMD is very famous for either having a really quick pullback during right as the market opens. So I'm not too. This is a very common trend. It tends to peak out during pre-market hours and then sees a downward trend and then sees a nice little pullback right as the market opens. So not too much going on there. Overall, DCTH still trying to hold above 10 cents. That's no surprise there. PLU or PULM is one that a lot of people within our group, if I'm not mistaken, are talking about. And I think that has to go down. That has to come to understanding that there's a resistance somewhere around like 270. If you guys can see right here, it's still holding above the EMA and the purple VWAP, if you can see there. So that's still showing some good signs. What I'm going to do is if this thing continues running, I want to make sure that I can capture it. So what I'm going to do is if it makes new highs and breaks above $2.70, then I want to be alerted. I want to have a little bit of a better understanding on how PLUM. Okay, well, as you can see, it's way overpriced at where the current price point's at right now. So we want to make sure that we understand that this is solely a day trade, and this is definitely not one that you want to hold over the weekend, or hold for multiple days or hold overnight, especially if you're planning this one out to be a day trade. I can't stress that enough. It looks like it had a previous support here at 240, so we might be able to see a bounce there, and resistance at 280 to $3, if you guys can see, based on previous highs right there. Let's get a little bit closer. Okay, so yeah, on 240, it did go below 240, went to 230. Okay, it's doing somewhat of a good job. I mean, the volume isn't even that great. It's pretty scattered, but I mean, it's nice during pre-market hours. It's trying to bounce on the golden VWAP line. It doesn't do a perfect job, but you know, it's doing what it can. CBIO looks like it peaked out and is now seeing a downward trend. Not much potential, I think, there. I think, you know, it did all its movement during pre-market hours, seen a downward trend. So again, this is just my opinion. It, for whatever reason, you know, increased to highs of $4 and is now seeing a downward trend. So I think a lot of people are going to start locking in profits if they held from $3.30. It would make more sense since it's, you know, below the EMA line, really trending down, unless we can get a bounce on the golden VWAP, and then sell around, like, you know, the EMA or the purple VWAP, which can give us a pretty decent percentage. Not too sure if it's going to be worth it to take a position on CBIO, just because it is trending down from its peak. So if anything, it looks like it's just going to head back down to the $3.30 support that it previously had. JNUG catching at the support here at around 24.60, just like well, JDST is right below it. And it looks like it tried to bounce and hit a resistance here at around $43. Isn't really moving up. Again, very, very little price movement. So what is that like? That's like 1.5%. Not much there. Again, not all these stocks are meeting our not meeting my criteria. So let's go ahead and see. PLUM just popped off my chart. Sweet. Hope everyone makes good profit. Agreed. Please check PTN. Let's check PTN. Okay, this is one that I think is similar to, what is it, CBIO. The reason that I say that, so what was that, PTN? The reason that I say that is it looks like it did all its movement during pre-market hours. It peaked out and is seeing a downward trend. There's a different movement than, like, you know, VSTM that, you know, saw a pump but is holding up, and is still holding up. You know, it is having a sell-off, and maybe we can get a bounce off the purple VWAP, but it's still holding pretty well. It doesn't show signs that it's trending completely down. PTN, in my opinion, is showing more signs of downward momentum, and that it's just going to head back down to the support that I had here around, like, you know, 47 cents. That's just my opinion. It doesn't look like it's really showing any real potential for, you know, growth or a bounce, because it's just heading down. You know, it's not validating any support or anything like that. Does it mean that it won't bounce on the purple VWAP? You know, no, it could definitely bounce, but it hasn't yet. So why invest in it? So I mean, if you feel like you see value in it, then simply set up a plan. It's very simple. So the 3 steps that I do when I see value in a stock is, okay, I identify the potential. So let's say, for example, PTN does end up bouncing at, you know, 56 cents, you know, bounces off the golden VWAP line. So we've identified the potential that from the golden VWAP line to the purple one, it has about, you know, 8 to 9% potential. You know, that's huge. How are you going to manage your risk? Okay, well, I'm going to, you know, keep my stop loss at a max stop loss of 2%, and lock in profits anything above 5. Okay, so now you have an understanding of where it is that you need to buy, where it is that you need to sell, and where it is that you need to cut your losses. So now you're managing your risk. But now you have to let it play out the way that, you know, you want it to, and only invest in it if it plays out the way that you want it to. So you're going to wait for it to validate the bounce, and when it starts trending back up and breaks above VMA, then it's up to you, and if you see value in that specific stock, to actually trade and invest it. So it's very simple: breaking it down, identifying the potential, setting up a plan, and then managing risk. Those are the 3, I think, most important rules when it comes down to the day trade. So DXTR, we've traded that one before. Volume is very low. It's less than $1. It's not a stock that I trade because it's less than $1. It looks like it's just coming from a huge downward trend. Looks like overall previous support is around 30 cents. Definitely, I don't see the value in it just because of the downward trend that it's experiencing. And it's less than $1, so it's not a stock that I would trade. IDXG. So this one also looks like it did all its action during pre-market hours yesterday. It peaked out at 173. Now it looks like it's just seen a downward trend. Not something that I really want to invest in. And all these stocks just look like they're, this one kind of looks like it's bouncing. This is CBIO. This is one of our call-outs by one of our members, Connor. So if you guys come over here, and I think he had one right. He did. So he went live. So CBIO. So he called that one out. So I see why he called it out. Obviously, he's a momentum trader. It had a quick little pump. I just don't see the value in it because it's just seen a downward trend, in my opinion. Yeah. I mean, we've already talked about this one. The reason that I don't see value in it is because it's still seen a downward trend. It looks like it's did all its action, but right now it looks like it's bouncing. If you guys can see right here, I mean, there's about 3 minutes remaining before the market opens, and it looks like it validated this golden VWAP line. So if it bounces and we can have a good little run, then this could be, a 10% run. If it bounces and it continues to trend up, that's the most important part. If it drops below the VWAP line, then that's where I would cut losses. And unfortunately, right now, it's at, or let me turn on level 2, 364, 369. So it's about 3%, 3.5% loss if you end up buying now. I mean, if it continues to trend up, then that's one thing. So I'll follow up with it and go from there. All right. Let's see. All right, last one. Oh, spelled it wrong. Not much. What the heck? Okay, so this thing hasn't even been traded for many days. So no, I don't really. I mean, again, I'm more of a technical trader, so there's not much to go off of. So it's just not something that I feel comfortable trading. 8KS, the reason that I see potential in this one, it's been seeing consistent growth, has an overall resistance at $6, and is still trending up. Therefore, I think it does have the potential to hit $6. Again, that's 3.44% potential for profit. I'm simply going to keep my eyes on this one. And the reason why is I'm going to keep my eyes on the bounces on the golden VWAP line. And when it breaks above EMA, that's usually a good indicator. So like it bounces off the golden VWAP line, then breaks above EMA, and it starts to trend up. Breaks above or bounces on the golden VWAP line, breaks above the EMA, and then starts to trend back up. Obviously, it doesn't do it every single day. As when it came down here, didn't really bounce on the golden VWAP line and barely broke above the EMA and didn't really hold above it. But that's because it was seeing a downward trend. I think when it sees an upward trend, it does a very good job holding above the EMA and then bouncing off the golden VWAP line. So right now, I mean, the VWAP line is going to be much lower. So I'm going to give it some time for it to move around. But I definitely do see value in AKS for it to hit that $6 resistance. Again, not huge potential, it's 3%, but profit is profit. If I can lock in 3% every single day, then it's definitely something to aim for. Also with M, this is one of the stocks that I called out that I think have potential for this overall month for it to continue trending up. Based on the trend that it's showing, from the bounce that it has and the support that it has at $20, and the potential that it has to even just go back to up to $24, $25, does offer a lot of potential. Obviously, this is a swing trade, so take that in consideration. So let's go ahead and recap real quick. So my call out on VSTM, I said wait for the bounce, where I'm going to wait for the bounce off the purple VWAP, which looks like it is trying to hold and bounce. So if we can get that, then the bounce from the purple VWAP to the red VWAP, where the resistance at $6 is about 8 to 9% potential. So I do see potential there. AMD, don't see much potential there. PLUM, it looks like it's about to, overall resistance is at $22.06. Oh, market's just about to open. And let's see. And then we called out CBIO if we can get a bounce and for it to hold above the golden VWAP line. Oh, that's not even CBIO. I said that this one was more on a downward trend. So VSTM actually just broke below. And again, don't overwhelm yourself right now. I'm kind of all over the place. Let me actually check one more stock. Right now we're at 263, 264, so that's solid. We're having a nice little pump for BW. Overall support. This is one that we were trading yesterday, so that one shows to have some potential. So it looks like VSTM is having a sell-off. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be patient and waiting for the bounce on the golden VWAP line, which looks like it's going to be right around $5. And again, we identified this margin of profit from $5 to $6. What is it that you guys might be thinking? Okay, well, Ricky, what if it doesn't hit $5 and it bounces like right now? Well, I understand that based on the purple view, golden VWAP line, that's where the support should be. And unless it bounces there and then continues to trend back up, I'm most likely not going to trade it. Now, if it breaks above the EMA and starts to trend back up, then that's a different story. But again, you have to stick to your criteria and making sure that you don't force your trade and focus on what it is that works for you, and focus on and not focus on what doesn't, right? And just because other people are trading it, in no way does that mean that should be something that you should invest in. Looks like PULM is having a sell-off off the red VWAP, just broke below the purple VWAP and is now seeing a downward trend. So again, maybe it would be a good indicator to wait for the bounce. There we go, CBIO having a sell-off as well, still continuing that downward trend right on the golden VWAP line. Again, I think this thing's heading back down to $3.30. It was showing too many signs of a downward trend, and there it goes. It's just about to break below $3.52. And there we go. AKS, again, not the most active volume, but it's still holding and it's still showing signs of upward momentum, and that's what we want to see. We want it to hold above the EMA line as it continues to do that. So, I think this one definitely does offer that 3% potential, and this is a much safer trade. It's a $5 stock, but again, don't invest based on anyone else's opinion, so make sure you do your own DD and you understand what it is that you're investing in. We got M not having a nice little pump. Maybe wait for the sell-off here and wait for the bounce off the purple VWAP, just because it might be a little bit overpriced right now, so you guys could see. There we go, VSTM. I'm going to set my alert for BW. Right, game said look at save. Dang. Okay, M just broke 2150, so that's a pretty good indicator that it's still trending up. Save is a multi-billion-dollar airline company. It's actually one that I had a subscription to, but unfortunately, right as I subscribed to, I swear, guys, I'm not kidding. Right as I subscribed to their subscription that I can get reduced pricing for airlines, they stopped flying from Phoenix to LAX, which is the only thing that I would do, since I would either have meetings or visit family over there. So it's seen a huge downward trend, and it's kind of like JDST. Yes, it is way oversold, but it has not bounced and it has not validated a support. So I'm not going to invest in it. It's good to follow up with it maybe every single day or every other day, see how it's playing out and see if it's breaking any resistance. But it has not validated any support. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply set my alerts and try to stay up to date with Safe, because I think in the long run, this one does offer a lot of potential. Again, multi-billion-dollar company based on what I've understood for, airline company for Safe. But unfortunately, their stock is not showing any true signs of potential. So again, don't forget to pre-order. No, just kidding. But other than that, thank you guys again for everything that you guys do. Continue working hard, continue following your dreams, and like always, guys, when it comes down to investing in any market, let your passion be what drives you and your success. I'm going to make my way over to the voice channel. So if you guys don't know how to join us in the voice channel, so again, if you guys have not joined TechBud Solutions, the link is in the description. Once you get accepted to the TechBud Solutions Facebook group, you will make your way here, and then on the top pinned post, as you guys can see right here, the main group chat. The main group chat link. It is the first link on the top. You can schedule your one-to-one video calls with me, which I only do for 1 to 2 hours a day. And then you can download and verify the app. It tells you have to verify your email and your phone, and then it just tells you some of the rules. This is the TechBud Solutions team, and then all their YouTube channels. You guys can subscribe to Connor, the Momentum Trader, Brad, our OTC stock trader, and Kyle, he's our mobile investment group leader, as well as he's a momentum trader as well. But overall, once you get accepted and once you are in the Discord group chat, simply on this left-hand side bar, click on the TechBud's live chat, and then you can hear it and communicate with all of us. Make sure you mute your mic so we can communicate efficiently. If not, then we will have to unfortunately mute you, ourselves. So that's pretty much it. Thank you guys again for everything that you guys do. I do think this is a good amount of, there's a good amount of stocks that are, VSTM is still, it's now at $5.15. So we're calling that one out perfectly. AMD is already having their its sell-off, and man, I need to get a little bit closer. I know you guys are looking at me right now. And PULM just bounced at the 240 golden VWAP. So we're calling these ones out pretty nicely. Right now, AKS just had a nice little sell-off. So that I'm going to wait for the bounce on the golden VWAP. And if I don't see anything else that I see value in, then that might be the thing that I kind of go for. So other than that, that's really just it, guys. Thank you guys again for watching. Okay, so for those that are asking what application is it that I'm using the TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim platform. I made a video of it, and I encourage you guys, if you guys have any common questions or anything like that, make your way over to my YouTube channel. Under the helpful video playlist, I go over a bunch of frequently asked questions, and probably something video like the videos that I've made can probably answer some of the questions that you guys might have. But thank you again for everything it is that you guys do. The second link in the description is going to be and allow you to subscribe to subscribe to the TechBud Solutions website. We're going to choose 100 out of the 1,000 people or thousands of people that have signed up for the beta trials. All we ask you is to give us positive feedback. So if you guys would like to be part of our beta trials, again, that is the second link in the description. All you have to do is type in your email, press enter, and then it will say success. We're not sending out any emails or anything like that or any confirmation emails just yet. We just want to make sure that we have your email on file so we can reach out to you. Other than that, the first link in the description is going to be the donation link for Hurricane Harvey, and we're going to be donating all the proceeds to our members that were unfortunately devastated by the natural disaster. So thank you guys again. I will see you guys in the voice chat. I just do have a little bit of work that I have to do, so I'm not too sure if I'm going to be day trading. I know that I am going to take a position on a swing trade, and I'll talk to you guys about that one in the voice chat. I don't know why I did that, but thank you guys again. And again, if you guys do want to order your TechBud Solutions and pre-order your TechBud Solutions t-shirt, we'd love to have you as a part of the family. It is the third link in the description, and you guys can pre-order as we are gonna start shipping them out soon. So thank you guys again. Continue working hard, continue following your dreams, and like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care.